Special Goz show. The and today is our good friend Boston Dan, who of course was nice enough to let us into Hooters before it opened. I love you, but there's something missing before it opens.
Yeah, actually, the only way I could let you in was when there was no Hooters girls in here. That restraining order is still in full effect. So
I said I was sorry, Lana. All right, so Maddie, I moved out of your basement for Pete's sake. What the hell? There's a very important reason that we are here today, and for those of you who can work the internet, you already know what it is because God spoiled it. But which was always my gig. I always spoiled the stories early. But we are doing our first ever Levack and Goz Christmas special. Think about it, we were on radio for how many years? I was on radio for 24 years, never got a freaking Christmas special. We've been doing the interwebs for a couple months, and we have our first Christmas special. It is going to be Friday, December 10th, right here under the orange roof. Ho, ho, holy crap, you're letting us in for a Christmas special at Hooters.
I'm very nervous about this. I'm very concerned. But we're super excited. This is going to be a great event. You guys are going to do a show 5 to 7.
Yep.
And the great people over at DiCrescenti have hooked us up with Heineken.
Ooh,
they're going to be doing
some Heinies.
Yeah. We're going to be doing a Heineken special that night. $3 Heineken drafts from 5 to 7.
I like
it. For the Christmas party as well for you guys, we'll do a Heineken special. But we're going to do gift wrapping. So if you're like me and you are terrible at gift wrapping,
fair.
Bring your presents on down to Hooters from 5 to 7. And Heineken's going to have a promo team here to wrap your presents for you, which would take a ton of time and pressure off me and make it less obvious who the gifts are from. Because I have.
But you can't just staple the bag closed?
Yeah.
That's not a thing?
I have sledgehammers for fingers, so wrapping is just not a strength. So Heineken's going to wrap your gifts for you. On top of that, if you bring a new unwrapped toy, you're going to get entered to win a $150 gift card.
Woo.
Hooters is going to match that. So we're going to give $150 in Hooters gift cards to a second runner-up. So if you bring a gift, you're going to leave with, you have the opportunity to leave with either a $150 Visa gift card from the boys at DiCrescenti and Heineken, or $150 in Hooters gift cards.
Okay, so two prizes. So if you bring an unwrapped,
2 chances to
brand new present for a kid, donate it here.
Yep.
You're in the drawing, $150 from our good friends at DiCrescenti Heineken. 150 possible from Hooters.
Yep.
Boom. Love it. I love it. That's very cool. And I'm just guys, you look like you were. I'm sorry.
I'm very excited about it because, like you said, our Christmas special. Are we going to be dressed up, Levack? Are we going to have the full outfits on helping with this? I'm not helping with the.
I'm not rapping
either. No,
I'm not.
I actually prefer if you guys don't.
I usually have different styles of rapping, like 3 different on one gift.
I just envision guys in the corner, all covered in bows and tape. Like I fixed one. I got one, guys. I got one. No, I'm sure. Look, it's the Jolly Fat Guy season.
Yeah.
So I'll come here and get my jollies as per usual. That's
the lighter my beard gets, the more seasonal this feels. So.
Hey, Boston Dan already has the Santa starter set going on right now.
I just got to practice my ho ho ho.
Well, now see, here's the thing. This is what upsets me. I want to call it a very booby Christmas, but Mr. Corporate over here says he can't do that because it's about owls. Hooters are owls. Okay, well. Who knew that?
Well, I heard Tommy Corporate gave up his title, and I felt like I should probably jump in and take over.
Give up pride from his cold dead hands.
Yeah, either one's
fine. How the title work?
It feels a lot better without it, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's right. He's like he is the corporate of Godzilla Media, and he acts less corporate.
Yeah, right. Weird how that works.
Yeah, it's interesting. Friday, December 10th, here at Hooters, starting at 5. Levack and Goz Christmas special. So we'll be on all the socials we're usually on. You'll have a chance to hear it on Apple, Spotify, in the speakers in the outside. We're going to play it in the off season. No. Okay.
Who knows?
Are there speakers outside? I don't know. In the bathroom, every once in a while you will hear us in the bathroom. It happens, but no, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited about it. Can't call it a very, very booby Christmas. At least I can, but if somebody else does,
yeah, if it catches on, maybe that's what we need.
Right. Or maybe if we get I don't know, like a cancer awareness program going too.
Yeah.
Like if we get Susan G. Coleman involved or something, maybe then I can call it a very booby Christmas.
It's weird when it's for donations. All of a sudden, boobies become
right. It's fine.
Acceptable term.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Everything's good. Can we call the gift cards a booby prize? No. Okay.
I'll tell you what. We'll give out $200 in gift cards, and 50 of them are fake. And don't worry. And we can call it the booby trap.
Whoa! I don't hate this.
Marketing 101.
I don't
I
hate
love
it.
it.
Are you getting one or are you not? It's a real risk.
Can you imagine being like the guy who gets the booby trap? It's just like, I didn't even know we were doing a game. This sucks. I'm angry.
Yeah.
He's like somewhere in Wisconsin at a Hooters going, it was supposed to work.
I
Levack and Goz!
swear.
If you've yet to come to a Levack and Goz show in person, the new style podcast world, this is the one. Put it in your calendar right now.
Yeah.
Tell the wife, tell the fiance, tell who you want to
Don't
be a
tell
girlfriend. Take them out on the first date to this Christmas party.
No.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
On top of this, actually, this Christmas party that you guys are hosting will be my son Connor's first Hooters appearance.
Whoa!
So my wife Danielle and Connor are going to come in for the Christmas party.
You guys are doing this all wrong. You're supposed to bring the gift here to get it wrapped so it looks like you did it the right way for the missus. Like, you guys are bringing the missus here. You can't have the gift wrapped.
That's a good point.
Leave the missus at home.
To be fair, though,
unless she likes fat guys.
Well, she's my wife. So.
Hey, bring her on.
If my wife saw the wrapping job that somebody else did, she would immediately know it wasn't me. So if it's not in a bag stapled shut, she's going to be she's catch on. It's just my girl.
Yeah, I figured out the best way around that. I got rid of the wife. So there.
Danielle, if you're listening, I love you. And,
but I don't want to wrap presents anymore. December 10th, man. It's going to be a blast.
So real quick, December 10th, we're doing that 5 to 7, and then 7 o'clock on for your Christmas party. We are also going to do a second wrapping night, December 17th from 5 to 7. So if you can't make it down the 10th, or you're like me, maybe wait a little longer to do your Christmas shopping, we'll do it again December 17th.
So just to be clear, the Amazon box they come in does not count as wrapping.
I guess if you taped it a couple times.
You sure?
No.
All right. I was just curious. I didn't know. That worked out really well for my kid one year because I did all the Christmas shopping at Cross Keats Calling Center, and then got bombed out drunk one night at home on the couch and ordered everything again on Amazon. She got 2 of everything. All right. Some of it went back. All right. So don't forget put it in your calendar. December 10th, the very first ever Levack and Goz Christmas special live under the orange roof here at Hooters. Heineken specials. They're going to wrap your presents. You bring a brand new unwrapped toy. You go into a drawing to win 150 possible gift card, from Heineken, DiCrescenti, and then 150 possible from Hooters. I'm excited about it. I love it. I can't wait. I'm
Levack, you've been
jolly. I'm going to get my jolly.
6 months you've asked for this. The last time you and I connected, when you actually did the first podcast appearance, you said Christmas special, Christmas party.
Yeah.
Your wish has come true. It happens in here under the orange roof.
Right. Well, she's like, now I went from the guy who Christmas came and went, and I was like, well, I got to do the show every day and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm the guy who has 6 Christmas parties I'm going to. And one of them's mine. Well, Goz too, I guess. But whatever. I guess you can come and hang out.
Thank you.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. We really hope everybody comes. Spread the word. Tell your friends. The Levack and Goz Christmas special live at Hooters. And that's, I'm just looking at some of the comments are M and M across the board in the house already. Who's that?
Those are the guys, Sean, Martin, Eric McDowell, and Liana Bonavita, who was a recent host on the show this week.
How is she's not an M?
Liana Marie Bonavita. She filled in for Ashley Miller. She's in Georgia this past week.
Oh.
M and GM. What does that say?
Across the board podcast.
Yeah.
Part of the Godzilla Media
they're
family.
Trying to get free plugs.
Oh.
But I see, I can't pick on Bonavita, so there you go. Mike Manico, hey-oh, because of the booby Christmas, I'm assuming. There you go. So some comments already, but let's do this. It is Saturday morning. We normally do this either from my house or anywhere else, but now we're doing it from...
The Deuce, Levack. Please, not your house. The Deuce.
We're doing it from Dan's house today. So let's go ahead and start talking about some college football. And Albany. Can Albany go 3-0 this season? That's the question. Going to Stony Brook today. Can Albany go 3-0, finish perfect? 3-0 season, undefeated, never lost.
I don't feel confident about that. The team they played last week, right? Morgan State.
They're bad.
1 win on the season.
Bad team.
Not very good. Stony Brook is their rival, so if you beat your rival at the end of the season on the road, that's really exciting. I don't feel confident the Great Danes can do it because we've got a whole season worth of action, and for 80% of the season they haven't played well. So I'm rooting for the Great Danes. I hope they play well, but I feel like they're going to be a big underdog.
They're 2-0. The defense played great their whole season.
There were other games before those two.
I don't think so.
I was doing the math over here. I'm like 3-0, man. What? It's November.
Yeah.
I realize I haven't followed you Albany that closely, but I'm
20-7 against New Hampshire, and they didn't give up points till late. Then 41-14 over Morgan State. Didn't give up points till late. Yeah. 2-0. Boom, boom.
This is on the road at Stony Brook as well, right?
Yeah. Gotta go to Dirty Jersey.
I don't feel great about that.
Why? It's Stony Brook. Listen, Stony Brook. It wasn't like they were the ones who came here that finished the 1 year where they got Albany got in the Sports Center top 10 for the ball hitting the crossbar and like sliding through the uprights to win the game. It's gonna surefire win 3-0. 3-0.
I believe Stony Brook is actually in New York.
Is it? I thought it was Jersey.
No,
don't you have to go down to Jersey to get to it or something? I feel like it's basically Jersey. I don't know. I don't care.
I thought it was on Long Island or Strong Island.
Their logo looks familiar for some reason. Huh. I don't know why.
All right, so let's say Albany wins this game.
Is Stony Brook in Georgia? Looks like a Georgia logo.
If the Great Danes win this game against Stony Brook, good for the future. Does it have any impact for the spring or the 2022 season? I don't even want to play this game, but I don't feel like there's – look, I know you win 2 games. Look, Coach Gattuso still has years on his contract. I don't think the people who are hating on – he's got 1. So 2022 would be the final year of his contract. Correct. Okay.
So he would typically he would get his re-up this year. You don't go into the lame duck year. So yeah, no, I think you win because look, I had a quick conversation with Mark Benson, athletic director for Albany, before the New Hampshire win, and he was just like, they look like the kids are playing. They're playing hard. He goes, it feels remarkably similar to last time we went through this. We had that last bad year that we had, but he goes, but I could see everything was headed in the right direction. So I think the win effort is going to be important today. As long as Albany goes out and hammers down and plays the best football they can play, I think Gattuso gets re-upped again, and we can see how far this program can really go.
One of the reasons I wanted to ask that question too is because there's maybe some confusion on a contract. When you didn't play in the fall of 2020 and you played in the spring of 2021 and the season's called halfway through because of injuries, you don't know how that works in a contract. I don't even know if that was a, off the board season. So I'm glad you clarified that it's 2022 because that is, I think, an interesting element to that contract.
Yeah, no. And look, I think we all know, I think anybody who's watched this team play, they're not going to go out and take this game lightly. Like Carl Mofor was he looked like he was in physical pain when they allegedly lost before this 2-game season that just started 2 weeks ago.
Was that the preseason?
Yeah. I think it was dress rehearsal. That's all it was. Like
post
practice.
Preseason,
right? So 3-0, never lost. That's what I'm saying. I think they get it done. I really do. I think they're a good team, and they just need to get clicking in the right direction. And once losing is contagious, so is winning.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I think it's
in this market. This market wants Albany to be successcno.
Oh, 100%.
So
well, not everybody. There are some haters online.
No, there's haters online for everything.
That's true.
Trust me, I do those. But no, Albany in this market, if there's anything they can take away, is that there's a loyal fan base for their football team, and their success will mean a lot to people here.
Saw a lot more people in the stands this year. It felt like we're starting to get there. It's freaking cold and rainy the whole damn season though. Can Syracuse stop pooping their pants? Is kind of what I'm wondering for today for you, old Gozzy Bear.
They got some issues tonight against NC State. It's a 4:00 kickoff. You and I will be out watching at least the second half of that game at a nice location later on, which will be very cool. So
we won't mention that right now.
No, we won't. No, we won't. Yeah.
You can. That's acceptable.
Oh, you can?
Absolutely.
You're right.
Hey, look, there's plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. So if maybe after you enjoy some bacon,
okay,
you want a
you are on my way home.
You want a chicken wing and a nice Miller Lite draft to wash it down.
All right, so bacon bash tonight, 6 to 8 at O'Toole's down the road, and then wings after.
Swing it back around. And then, look, Syracuse, they play NC State. NC State's going to be a bowl team. NC State, you could argue, is probably in the top 3 in the ACC if you want to put Wake and Pitt in that combination of those 2 top teams. Syracuse never plays well against NC State. This goes back to Mike Glennon, or even further back when McNabb played for the Orange, and our guy who hopefully gets in the Hall of Fame this year, Torrey Holt, torched Syracuse, and I told him that multiple times. This is a bad matchup. NC State's a better passing team. NC State's got a better defense. Syracuse is going to be an underdog, a double-digit underdog the next 2 weeks. If they win just one of those games, this is the better chance than Pitt, because Pitt's got a chance to win the division championship and play for a bit in the Orange Bowl next week. If they win today, we get what we want. Either a trip to the Pinstripe Bowl or a trip to Fenway Park. Come on. Please, you had a way.
I'm fine with Buck Foston shirts either place. I'm just going to put it out there.
Please, Syracuse. I don't feel good about it.
You'd be embraced. Well, Q's 8-2 against the spread, right?
Yes.
So while the win-loss record might not be there, the bowl bid might not be there. As a Q's fan, you've clearly exceeded some expectations, like at least against Vegas, right?
Yes. It's helped. It would have helped a lot more if some of those field goals went left or right for me and they did a double cash, a money line cash, and a spread cash would have been nice. I know the reports that we always bring this guy up because he's had such a
Thank God you can't bet Syracuse in New York State or Goz would be broke.
Yeah.
God, you're killing me. Sean Tucker, now the report comes out this week. He was on a podcast for the ACC Network and said, I don't really have any plans on changing my number, basically dashing all the 44 hopes. That thing's done. Thank God that storyline's over.
Well, not any plans is very different than
not going
to do it.
Yes,
right.
That's true.
That could very well be hey, we can accept sponsorship dollars now. I'm just saying, we can endorse things. Like if somebody really wants me to wear 44, $44,000 might get me in the right direction.
Unfortunately for Central New York fans, they don't want to hear this. What they jumped to the conclusion, and this is like a bad relationship girlfriend. They're like, wait a second, he doesn't want to wear 44? Is he going to transfer? Like, whoa. Like, I get Kenneth Walker left Wake and is now a beast at Michigan State. I know Syracuse, of all the Power 5 conference college football programs this season, has had the most transfers or people leaving the program. I don't know if I jump from kid doesn't want to wear a number to he's going to leave the program. Like, relax, Syracuse fans. My God.
But then again, we could use him at Michigan. So
that's going to be a concern, though, as a Q's fan, that you guys are that mid-level where you can recruit really well in your markets. You can bring, upper end talent in who maybe isn't getting the looks from Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, USC. So it's got to be a concern as a Q's fan, right? That with the new transfer portal, that keeping top end talent is going to be more difficult moving forward.
Here's my thought on that is I'm going to use a Division III comparison here. The old Hobart RPI. And shout out to RPI. I hope they smash Endicott, those scumbags from Endicott. I got some issues with what they did. My guy, Coach DeWall. How dare they take down my guy, Coach DeWall? I got some issues with that team over there. But anyways, here's my thought on Syracuse. Okay, a Division III athlete. There's a reason you play Division III football, basketball, baseball.
Sorry, I'm just really hoping someone from Endicott's watching. Just anyone like on the Techies Fire and Water Restoration page. Oh, I need to mitigate. Scumbag! How dare you?
Cashing your 250-1 ticket of guys ripping Endicott in the podcast.
Yeah, guys, you've seen Waiting, right? The end of the movie when Dane Cook's like, what the fuck did I do?
So back to the D3 thing. Like, there's a reason you play Division III football. You either weren't big enough, you went to a different high school, you're not fast enough. Well, when you're a good Division III athlete, you think you should be an FCS or FBS player. That's what happens with programs like Syracuse. Hey, I'm Taj Harris, the star wide receiver, left the program. Tommy DeVito, the team starting quarterback game 1, left the program. Now people are freaking out about Sean Tucker. There's unfortunately a reason you're at Syracuse. Like, you may have not been good enough in high school to play at Bama or Michigan or, whatever other program. But now because they have success at Syracuse, they think they are. There's a reason you're not there. Like, remember, most of the times the reason a person transfers, Jim Boeheim used to say this, is because they're not good enough to get on the court. So that's my concern about Syracuse is that, yeah, you're right. Like, if you're losing your star players, that's an issue.
Right.
But those guys might have more of an inflated ego than, and maybe that's a biased Syracuse answer for me, but I think that's more of that reason for the Qs.
But I think this has become one of those, like, normally crap rolls downhill. I think this is one of those like the cream rises situation where, so Bama might try to steal your best player, but that doesn't mean you're not going to turn around and look over at, James Madison or even Albany or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's going to be one of those things where, like, the scouting departments for these college football teams, it's not just high school anymore.
Right.
It's any program that you think you can victimize. Like, it's literally like, oh, you wouldn't. Every college program has become the scumbag at a bar. The second you walk away from your girlfriend and go to the bathroom, what's up, girl? He ain't treating you right, is he? You want to step up? Like, every program has become that guy.
Unless you're Goz and Endicott, and then you're going outside to settle the score.
Goz grew up in a community that ate cats, and he's talking shit about Endicott.
They did Coach DeWall dirty. For those who know Coach DeWall was the guy who recruited me to Hobart. He got hired as the offensive coordinator to coach Endicott, and Endicott fired him within 3 years at the Division III level, which is unheard of. Like, any coach, even at the FBS level, you get about 4 to 5 years, get your own recruits in, then you do it. Division III, like, you got to do a bunch of different stuff to build that up. Getting fired in less than 5 years of Division III is some personal shit where it's like, and guess what? Now you're good now. But I think ignore that. You're in the NCAA playoffs. I hope you get buried by RPI today. Buried by the engineers, those nerds out there.
I mean, is it possible he just wasn't doing a good job, or
how dare you?
I'm just asking.
Dare you? That man brought me to college football. How dare you?
I mean, I'm like Exhibit A.
Now they're cheating. I want the NCAA up in the Cott's ass. I want to know how the Gales, whatever they're called, the Gulls got good fast. I got real questions about those cheaters.
Yeah, it's a good
guy.
Endicott.
All right, before we use some picks, one more question. Will Michigan and Ohio State do what they need to do to make next week what we all hope it will be? And I feel like Michigan's going to lose to Maryland today just to piss me off. I know. They shouldn't. But what would be more Harbaugh and Michigan? I mean, the guy's pants caught on fire. He's so on the hot seat, his literal pants caught on fire on the sideline last week. like, what would be more Michigan than blowing it at Maryland today and ruining anything we have for that Ohio State game at the end of the year?
I know we're going to get into our wagers here in a second. I would run away from both of those games today because of what you just said. This feels like a typical college trap game on the Michigan side, so I would avoid it. The Ohio State side, College Game Day is there today. We know how good Michigan State is, although that line's been dancing between 18 and 19. Huge line, right? So especially with you knowing the rivals coming up next week, I would stay away from both. Do I think Michigan and Ohio State can both win today and set up a great game next week? Yes. Michigan's got to win because of their defense and hope, as I like to call him, Lil Tua throws another pick six for Maryland. Guy's got a great arm. Constantly throws to the wrong team.
It's Lil. Even he knows that.
Lil Tua is going to throw one to the wrong team. I've told you, Levack, 97, Hutchinson. I voted for him for the Bednarik this week. I think he's the best defensive player in the country. That's how good Hutchinson is for Michigan. On Ohio State side, C.J. Stroud, he's really good. He's the fourth best player on the offense, which is a huge statement for how good Ohio State's offense is. That might be the issue. Wilson and the guys on Olave, the guys on the outside, I don't know who the hell is going to cover him for Michigan State. So that's the issue. I think it's talent over those two teams today that helps them win.
19.5 is just so big.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my picks today when we get to it is I think Michigan State covers that. And that's for no reason other than I think hope because I hate Ohio State so much.
We agree on one thing, finally.
Yeah, finally. But that line is so big.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I just need them to hold serve. Like, I don't even care if they cover. I don't care if either one covers. I need Michigan, Ohio State to matter again. And it does if Michigan doesn't blow it at the snake pit. I mean, that's just, I'm so nervous. A bunch of turtles about to eat some Wolverine. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really, really bad. All right, Levack and Goz live from Hooters, where we are going to be doing our Christmas special December 10th. Make sure you're here starting at 5 o'clock. We're going to have a chance to enjoy some great Heineken specials. Our friends at D. Crescenti ponying up your chance to win $150. I clipped $10 off. You won $140. Well, that's where the other 10 went. $150 gift card. Hooters also going to have a chance for you to win a $150 gift card if you bring a brand new unwrapped toy to donate and bring all your other stuff. Wrap it for you. Do your shopping during the day. Come over here and let's party. It'll be a great time. So that's Friday, December 10th, right here at Hoots. And I have unearthed the Death Wish Coffee Levack and Goz mugs from back in the radio days. Found 5 of them. So I'm gonna bring those. 4? Right. So 140 gift card and then 4 mugs. Yeah. And then we're all good. So that's gonna be going on. So thanks for checking us out on the Techies Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, on Godzilla Media's YouTube page, and apparently we're back on Goz's Twitter because he's a megalomaniac and he wants all the attention. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and bring an unwrapped toy to Hooters on the 10th.
All right.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to bring toys for kids, right?
It's all about the kids.
Come on.
Me. It's too cliche. Fat guy, beard, toys. It's just cliche. It's just stupid kids. I would have got away with it too. Was there damn kids and that meddling dog?
Every joke I have gets me canceled.
It's not hard anymore. All right, let's go ahead and do our picks, guys. I'm still looking up what I wrote down. So go ahead.
All right, let's do this. Dan, if you don't mind, you are the guest today on the Saturday morning show. Do you want to lead off the picks, or would you like me to lead off the picks?
No, I'd love to lead off.
Okay.
Let's see if I can read here.
All right. You know what? You're looking for your picks. I'm going first because I got them right staved up here in the old noggin. 4 picks, a nice 4-pack for the Saturday morning.
I like it.
We're going to go west first. Levack, we're going to start with one of your favorites, the guy you despise, Coach Herm Edwards in the Arizona State Sun
Herm. He
Devils.
despises me.
Well, guess what? He's losing today to the Bees.
Good. Screw him. I hate him.
Oregon State's got the matchup next week in the Civil War. They've played really well, really good defense. Don't be surprised if their head coach starts getting rumored for some potential jobs that are open at USC and LSU. Oregon State outright dog at home. They beat Arizona State. Let's stay in the Beaver State. The Ducks. The Ducks are a dog against Utah. I know the game's in Utah.
Those are
What?
ducks.
Ducks and dogs? I'm just going through Rex's terms.
Ducks,
he knows
dogs,
right now.
beers.
Yeah,
Duck,
right.
duck.
Oregon's a better team. Their quarterback better not throw a pick six. It's the second one I've referenced, but Brown's not been good this season. Thibodeau's really good. He might be the number one pick in the NFL draft, depending on the next few weeks go. Oregon is just better than Utah. Utah lost to a terrible team earlier this season outright. Another dog from the Beaver State. I like Oregon. I like Oregon State. Another one of your favorites, Mr. Armin Williams is a graduate of Texas Tech. Trap game. Oklahoma State gets Oklahoma next week for the chance for the Big 12 championship. Finally, Oklahoma State might have a chance to get to the college football playoff. They're forgetting about the Red Raiders coming off a big win last week. 10.5 is the number. Give me that hook for the Red Raiders. You're playing in Lubbock on a night game on Fox. Remember years ago, a decade plus, when they all came in the Joker mess, like the late Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
Lubbock at night's a tough place to play. I love Texas Tech. Oregon State, Texas Tech. My 3 plays I love. And then one other one, Bear Felica, you better watch your mouth and not blow it again this week, all right? 28.5. If it's 28, I'm going to pass on South Alabama. 28.5 on kickoff. Give me the Jags against Tennessee after their loss last week to Georgia.
I might as well go because I got to be honest with you. I also like Oregon, and I also like Oregon State.
Whoa!
So that doesn't hurt. And then my other 2, I got to go back to the well and hope that it finally works. I'm taking the over in Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss, Vanderbilt. I'm taking the over. It's over 66. It's actually a low number for me to bet over. I'm doing it anyway. So Oregon over Ole Miss. I'm going to grab Arkansas plus 20.5. I think Arkansas is going to make a game of it.
Turn down and
just wants to let us know that he can get us a corn and cob hat if we want to pick Nebraska over Wisconsin. We'll look better than Lee Corso. I got to be honest with you. Lee Corso probably still looks better than me. He's about twice my age, and he probably looks better than me. But I appreciate the offer. Boston Dan, the man, the myth, the legend, who runs Hoots. I'm assuming you bet UMass.
I beat me too. I want the UMass. You ass, Boston Dan. Lowercase u, lowercase m, capital ASS.
Well, they won't today when they go over against Army.
Oh,
You love the over.
I love the over. You can't bet the under. Bet the under's for children.
And luckily, Boston Dan's home is in Boston. He can actually bet that damn game.
Brett Musburger once said, right? Life's too short to bet the under.
Right, you can't do that.
Right.
But UMass and Army have both combined to go over 11 times this season. They've 11 and 7, I believe, 11 and 8 versus the over under. So that's where I'm going with UMass today. I like to bet UMass a lot.
You do every week.
I do.
I rode with you last week, and it hurt me. It hurt me horribly.
Sorry.
I didn't do my homework because everything was going on. I'm pulling into U Albany to get ready for the game. I see the text. I park. I read the text. I see Dan's picks. I'm like, you know what? I'm riding with Boston Dan. He had a bad week last week. He's going to bounce back this. And then by the time I left,
this is the week.
By the time I left the double lightning delay at U Albany, I was like, oh, I've lost a considerable amount of money.
Well, if you're in Jersey or Connecticut today and you want to bet UMass Army, it's a smart bet. I also like New Mexico State today.
Okay.
Plus 36 against Kentucky, and then Wake Forest, Clemson. Give me some Wake Forest. Clemson 2-8 against the spread. Wake Forest 5-3 against the spread. So I feel good about that. Line 4.5, and then my last one is strictly off my hatred for Ohio State. Give me Michigan State plus 19.5. That line just feels way too big.
I don't know what I'm choking on, but it's bad.
Sorry.
No. You said you were going to tell me.
Haven't heard that in a while.
You're supposed to squeeze my hand. Sorry, anybody who got that, you're a terrible person. All right, so I have no faith in my picks, but send me yours again. I'll probably ride with you again.
Yeah.
Like I like Dan's because he goes off the board. Like Dan, like again, the UMass thing doesn't. Where is like? Did you go to UMass? Did you burglar UMass?
During my college times, I wasn't far from UMass.
Okay,
and that was
UMass, as they call it.
Yeah, well, and I can tell you that there's something to that. The young student body at the University of Massachusetts, the agriculture school, really understands how to brew some beer and how to drink it.
So what you're saying is you partied a lot at UMass, so you decided to become a fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Oddly enough, it's the same way I feel about you, Albany.
And in line with that, at a young age, Marcus Camby and the UMass basketball team was a big deal. So that's,
Cheaters.
Now, saying that
Oh,
out
wait a
loud,
minute,
how
wait a
the hell
minute.
did Marcus Camby end up at UMass? Calipari, come on. Now.
Yeah.
How loud that statement's outrageous.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to show you the recruitment method real quick. Hey, Marcus, want to come to UMass?
Look,
for those of you listening, I just opened a briefcase in front of Goz. It didn't have money in it, but Goz still went to my school.
Look, UMass is a beautiful campus, nestled away in the nice Berkshire, close to Berkshire. It's got some beautiful scenery, easy parking. It's not the city life.
Don't you still have a parking ticket from UMass?
That's UConn.
Oh, okay.
And let me tell you, if Connor decides to go to UConn, that is going to be a very expensive time for me because I refuse to pay that.
He can't. You can't be Connor at UConn.
I agree.
UConn Con.
True.
Yeah. So
UConn Cornelius, though.
you may be onto something.
Just saying. Silver and gold.
I think
We
he
need,
just
we
got
need a bunch of Christmas. Can somebody pay rights for the season? Let's go. I love it. We need Christmas music for the 10th, by the way.
I can't pay for that. I'm actually working on that with one of our guys,
Well-
Dynasty. who's
Well,
working on
honestly,
our
if we
beats.
go, we just got to find stuff that's in public domain now.
All right.
That's what we got. I mean, and by we, I mean you. I'm very busy. No.
Levack and Dad, by the way, we both all had investments right here. We all know a certain guy that if you're looking to invest your money for at Northeastern Insurance, Jared Lozier, Jaredl
That's
at email.com.
yeah, Lozier, French for loser.
And if you
No, that's not.
No, actually, he's very good at this.
Help
He's
you
very good.
gain your money, not lose it.
yeah,
No.
no, he can, and this is true. If you bet him and play golf, you'll win.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
it's fantastic. It's
I will say
he will invest your money for you.
Yes.
and then he will lose money to you.
Yes.
On the golf course.
Actually,
So,
like he's good at the investing and all and the insurance game and all that because he clearly doesn't waste a lot of time practicing golf.
you can't.
Can't.
Yeah.
No, it's terrible.
I can see Jared right now, Jaredl at email.com, getting new emails of, can I just play golf with you this spring?
Yeah.
What's your schedule look like? I'm interested.
$50 says I can beat you in 9 holes. That's the type of investment that I need to make.
Home, business, whatever it might be. Jared Lowe's here,
Yes.
our friend, and he will be here for the Christmas party, whether he likes it or not. He will be here. Actually,
He-
texted me.
he needs
We
Levack,
actually-
Goz,
we didn't talk about this. But,
he needs Levack, Goz, and Dan insurance. Is what he needs.
I just got to make sure certain employees aren't working. Yeah. We joked about the restraining orders
Wait.
earlier. Those still might be.
See, but this isn't. We can make fun of him because we love him.
That's true.
That's
Yes,
what because he's so good at what he does.
yes.
Northeastern Insurance, Jared Lowe's here. Contact him for more information. Go to our YouTube side to see his number and also GodzillaMedia.com.
That's right. I actually do need to call him. I got a couple bucks. I got to move around. I got to figure some stuff out. I got to get that done.
Well, if you need a couple bucks to move around, UMass today.
See, no,
Make
that's
the
the kind of investment advice you won't get from Jared, because Jared would like you to keep your damn money. All right, let's. So that's the college is good, everything, but I do see this on here, and before we go into the pros, before we do our pro picks. All right, you guys started this yesterday, and you know how I feel about Mount Rushmore discussions, but since this is going on, Goz has slipped into the notes. Pro wrestling Mount Rushmore. Pro wrestling Mount Rushmore. Like if you had insured or invested with Jared all that money and then betted on me being willing to talk about Mount Rushmore, which would usually be a hard no. All right, but go ahead, boys. Your pro wrestling Mount Rushmore. And how did this even start?
Dan, did one of us just randomly text it to the other one? in
Yeah,
our mass
so
group?
this might surprise you, but I waste a lot of time on TikTok. Big TikToker, not a poster, just a watcher. I'm a TikTok voyeur, if you will. And this girl, she did some TikTok about
Top creep.
creep voyeur, whatever. Tomato, tomato. This girl posted a TikTok saying her Mount Rushmore, and I forget it. I think it was like The Rock, John Cena, Steve Austin, and somebody else.
So she was born.
It was Undertaker.
So she was born in like 2000.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right.
So it got me thinking about it, and I think I agree that Mount Rushmore radio talk is like the worst radio talk.
Yeah.
It's like the June Yankees and
Right.
Red Sox are out of it. What are we going
Right.
to talk about on the radio? It's Mount
Yeah,
Rushmore.
Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. It's lowbrow and cheap, and I nothing I
Who's
love.
the GOAT, LeBron or MJ?
Yeah, there's nothing I love more than cheap talk. But so the Mount Rushmore pro wrestling. I grew up a big wrestling fan. Don't watch it like I used to, but I think it's an incredible conversation because you start talking Steve Austin, a legend.
Yes.
Yeah.
But to me, he did it for 4 years. How do you put him on the Mount Rushmore when he was what he was for such a short time? You can make the argument that he was so big, such a lightning rod that you can make that case. But I don't think he is.
Well, I think there's the problem with a Mount Rushmore discussion for pro wrestling, and I hate you all, is that you can only add 2 spots because Hulk Hogan is the freaking mountain,
Right.
and if he's not, Ric Flair is.
Right.
So like you can only add 2 spots. So who are the 2 that stand next to Hogan and Flair? That's the only discussion.
All right, so we all universally agree on Hogan. Here's my issue with Flair, and I got some submissions already. We're going to get to it. We see some of the Mount Rushmores coming in that song.
Is it really happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, go from Eminem on Godzilla. Nature Boy. Woo!
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with Flair. My age, so I got into wrestling at the Monday Night Wars, sort of around the same time you did, Dan, as well. Flair was getting his ass kicked by the NWO. So as a little kid, you're like, who's this old guy with the crazy hair getting pounded away by the NWO right now? So Levack's probably right. Flair's got to be on the Mount Rushmore.
Here's where I disagree with you slightly, is that, but it was amazing. And what the NWO did, in coming against WCW, Flair was WCW. Flair, Sting, but unfortunately, Sting had the crow gimmick, so you didn't know where Sting fell. Right. So Flair, if you thought the NWO were the bad guys, if you bit your teeth into that narrative, then who was the good guy? And it was Flair.
Yeah.
Flair will be a legend for me forever because of the NWO skit. You can have my spot, not a liver spot, not a dog spot, my spot. That was such an amazing skit that 4 horsemen. And I just think, for me at that age too, I love football. So you had Mongo McMichael, and then you had Kevin Green coming in and out. That was so cool.
Goldberg, of course, as well.
Right. A little bit later though, a little bit toward, a little couple years into the Monday Night Wars. So, I think what Flair represented in the 80s, which maybe you and I can't appreciate the way Grandpa Levack can.
Who's got the gray beard?
Yeah. Is that, we maybe can appreciate that. But for me, like you said, the Monday Night War side of it, I agree, except I think I was a big WCW guy. I was much more into the NWO and WCW than I was the WWF at the time. So to me, Flair was the good guy. Which is weird because he was the heel and the Horsemen were the heels, and he was the dirtiest player in the game and all that. But when that NWO storyline came out and you bought into this, wow, these guys are here for the takeover, Flair became, the guy that was the good guy.
No doubt.
In that,
what Touch of Grey is forgotten too is 4 Horsemen, Evolution, more belts. He was the first guy to bring a belt to another. He brought the belt over to WWE or F at the time. Like he was a difference maker.
Coach Hell. Coach Hell's got his Mount Rushmore. He wrote in Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Undertaker is his Mount Rushmore.
It's different. That's different. I mean, see, the Dusty Rhodes part is going to get it's one of those when you don't think about all the independence and everything he did.
Yep.
You don't put him right in. I don't hate it.
Go ahead. I was going to say my Mount Rushmore now is this. I've changed it. Originally, it was.
I think we should. Let's have the conversation.
Okay.
Let's do Mount Rushmore at the end. Is that you?
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not the PD. I'm not the PD here, but I
Guys, you agreed to do one Christmas special. The guy's fucking restaurant. All of a sudden, he's in charge.
Takes it over.
Right.
But
Captain Graybeard getting in trouble.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Let's do it again.
How many different ones can I do?
I think Dusty Rhodes. My wife's texting me.
You're embarrassing the whole family by talking about pro wrestling. Stop it.
I think what Dusty Rhodes' impact on wrestling, again, for Goz and I, it was behind the scenes.
Right.
The things he did booking for WCW, I think that you could make that case. I also think Mount Rushmore, you have to look at total package, right? Like
Lex Luger.
Nice. Interesting. But like The Rock, John Cena, are they on your Mount Rushmore? Maybe not for their wrestling, but because of their ability to bring it to the mainstream. And their ability, they were kind of that Hulk Hogan was in, Thunder in Paradise and, the Nanny or whatever it was. Did The Rock and John Cena then make it, bring it to that next level of mainstream media?
I don't even want to go into the mainstream media part. I really don't want to do this conversation, but since we're here, I think you gotta go. But I don't think if there isn't a Hulk Hogan, I don't think there is a Rock. You know what I mean? Like if there isn't and with Cena, I don't think Cena gets away with saying the things he said if there wasn't a Flair. Because Flair said things nobody was allowed to say back then. And then when Cena...
Including helicoptering on a plane.
Well,
which is difficult in itself.
It's a little cold here. I can't do that. And I'm Scottish. But I don't know. Well, what's your Mount Rushmore?
All right, so my Mount Rushmore, I've changed it. It originally was Hogan, Cena, Rock in Austin. But now I'm taking the Rock off, and I'm going super old school. Bruno Sammartino is now on my Mount Rushmore. Like the ultimate, you want to talk about pro wrestling. He was the first of all those guys. So this is like,
you guys give me a hard time for picking new masks. This guy pulls Bruno Sammartino out of his
like
wrestling Mount Rushmore.
It's like Babe Ruth or Wilt Chamberlain on your Mount Rushmores of other sports. I'm going to drop Bruno on there.
What do you got?
So I think you got it. For me, Hogan, Flair, and then I think The Undertaker has to be on there. And you mentioned Bret Hart, HBK the other day. I think HBK is my fourth. I think you go Hogan, Flair, Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels.
So I definitely go Hogan, Flair. I'm not putting the Underachiever on. You can't show up once a year and get my vote. I'm sorry. I'm definitely putting HBK on because I think Shawn Michaels, what he was able to transcend to become what he was, and then like he kept it alive. But the guy that everybody leaves off, and I think was probably the best, was Bret Hart.
Yeah,
Bret the Hitman Hart, man. I remember being front row. I think it was the Pepsi at that time, and he's walking around, he's jaw jacking everybody, and I'm like, "You're the best there is, was there?" And he's like, I confused the man. He was like, all right, and he kept going. No, so those are two guys like. I love the way they fight. I love what they do. So there you go.
I think Shawn Michaels and that Tyson angle they had too.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
In Boston.
Trice Tyson was loud in Boston.
Boxers.
Yeah, that's what I meant. All right, no more wrestling talk ever again. I hope you like the fact that all of us have children and just had that conversation in public. We're not having it anymore. That's all there is to it.
One other thing, Jimmy K. He wrote Chris Jericho. We saw your comment, Jimmy K. I think Jericho, 30 years, maybe he needs to retire. We'll reach.
Well, what he's done with the AEW part, he's at least climbing up one of those faces at this point.
For sure,
that's a big deal. And the cruise. He's got a cruise. Nobody else has a cruise.
We were supposed to be on that a couple of years ago. I don't know if we ever shared that story. We were supposed to be on it.
Yeah,
we didn't win the trip. Whatever.
That's an important factor there, guys. I was supposed to be a billionaire, but I lost a lot of it.
I'm just like thinking. I'm like trying to think what conversation I had with Dalton Castle that made me think we were going to be going on the trip. And he's like, "No, we were going to win our way in." I'm like, "Oh, all right, no, yeah, good." All right.
Before Levack, we get there, let's talk about our friends at Mohawk Honda. How about
yes, please? That'd be
Mohawk Honda. The end of 2021 is here. Are you looking for a new vehicle? We talked about some great Christmas gifts and holiday gifts on the way. How about a brand new Pilot? How about a brand new vehicle that can be?
Is that on your Mount Rushmore of Honda vehicles? The Pilot?
Yes, it is.
Can you name 3 other Honda vehicles?
HRC, HRV.
HRV.
Yeah. All right. Honda will help you find out all the other great types of vehicles. I'm not a car guy.
How about an Accord, a Civic?
Is that on your Mount Rushmore? Also on my Mount Rushmore. I had an Accord and a Civic on mine as well.
Ridgeline. Love the Ridgeline.
That's 5. You can't do that. Nice try.
Mohawk
Honda, whoever it is, Greg Johnson, Cam McKenna, Hot Sauce Doyle, Lindsay Harrod, and they want to help you find the new vehicle.
Hondiva, that's her nickname, by the way.
How dare I? Hondiva. Yes. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can follow their stuff, you'll see some of the new selection for 2022s and more. Take advantage of the great deals going on. The Kelly Blue Book offer. You can walk off the lot with money
very nice.
in your pocket. And also a new vehicle. We love Mohawk Honda. Who knows? They crashed their most recent event, the whole crew. Maybe they'll show up at the Christmas party. They're all personally invited by me to come to the Christmas party in 2 weeks.
I feel like Hoots is more of a Mohawk Chevy establishment.
All right.
I feel like, a little more bow ties up in here.
Someone from the Mohawk family better be here. A lot of threats today here on this Saturday episode. Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of their way to please
If anybody working in Mohawk also went to Endicott, you are actually, we'll pay you to come.
You're on double notice. All right. Do you want to pick football? You want to pick pros too? You can stay around. I mean, it's your place. You let us in. You made us breakfast.
No. You guys do your thing. I joined in for what I needed to. Just really excited to spend with you guys at Christmas party. Toys for kids is going to be awesome. That's something we're excited about, and I appreciate your time, your fun today, and you look concerned.
I was just looking to see if there are any girls here yet.
Oh no. No, we told them not to come in until after 12. So
I'm just realizing. Actually, I just realized something. December 10th, when we're here, I'll have something in common with Maddie, who's been on the show a bunch of times. I'll also have an implant by then.
All right, yeah, all right.
No, just the one.
Well, she had just one. That would be very good.
Right. Well, right. But I have one. It's going to happen.
What is it going to take for it to be gold? What do we need?
You to buy me a gold tooth.
Come on.
Could it be gold plated?
Is it like?
That's a great question. Let me ask you this.
I'm not opposed.
Cindy, our great partner here on Levack and Goz, Johnstone Supply in Troy. We got to talk. We integrated. What if logo right on the tooth, like the old boxers used to do with the back tattoos.
The amount of times I would have to go, here, look at it, Sidney Martin Wheeler. Like, no, I can't do that. And like turkeys, and you know what it had to be? It had to be a TE or the Empire logo. It would have to be one of the two.
Dan thinking about it right now. What's that cost?
Wait a second here. Are you open to an orange tooth? God,
it would look rotted. It would look awful. I'd rather just keep it is this something we should get? We're going to click in a different one each time I go somewhere.
Oh, you're honest with that?
Hey.
We should just get you a grill. Maybe that's the answer.
The Integrated Sleep Center could do it for you, I bet.
They could.
Figure it out.
If anybody could, Dr. Dreer could. If anybody could. Because, I mean, dude, Dr. Dreer does help me sleep. That's my guy. Not in a creepy way either. Not like Dan wants to. Integrated Sleep Center in Ball Spa, 518-485.
So it's funny you bring up Integrated Sleep Center.
Are you going?
Well, I had that conversation with my doctor this week that maybe I don't sleep great.
Really?
Maybe
we have a similar build. It could be the issue.
It could be.
Yeah. But the mouthpiece, get the snoring down.
And I said to my doctor, hey, I got this friend, and he talks on his show all the time about this mouthpiece that helps him sleep better. And now with a 6-month-old, my sleep's not as great as it used to be.
Your sleep hasn't been good in a long time. Let's be real. Come on, be honest.
What blew my mind though is I said to her, yeah, I'm not sleeping great. I said, I wake up like 3 or 4 times a night. And she goes, well, most people with sleep apnea wake up 30 or 40.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's not me. And she goes, yeah, but they only acknowledge it 10% of the time. I was like,
wow,
right? I'm exposed.
Well, that's like with
Your
the
stats
with
are
the
fake, by the way.
yeah.
with the Fitbit, you can see how many times you wake up and stuff. Like not like you can with the at-home sleep study from Dr. Fred Dreer at the Integrated Sleep Center in Boston Spa, but you can see it. I didn't think I woke up much, and then it turns out if you added up all the times I stopped breathing during the night, it was 12 minutes an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying maybe.
Well, I stopped breathing.
518-885-6185.
I stopped breathing. Sometimes my wife takes the pillow off, and the blood flow comes.
That's just because how loud you snore. That's what.
But Dr. Fred Dreer, I'm very excited to reach out to him and the
do it.
team.
I'm excited for you to do it.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait to hear what Boston Danielle has to say when you're not snoring as loud. I was already your hero.
Yeah. No,
but now
she'll be excited.
Oh,
She'll be excited.
518-885-6185. Maybe we can follow the case of Boston Dan and the Integrative Sleep Center in Boston Spa. They're helping me sleep better. They're going to help him sleep better. They can help you sleep better too. All right, let's do some pro football pick'ems now. And Goz.
Yes.
How are we doing?
Hi, we're doing well. The NFL weekend coming up.
I actually didn't do terrible last week.
You didn't do terrible. I knew I was done by like 2:30. You and I were watching the game together.
By the way, TG2, Vern Gagne as a Hall of Famer for the Mount Rushmore.
Somehow,
and Gozlowski family member.
Cousin Vern is somehow related to me. Somehow, some way, through some marriages, Vern Gagne and the Gozlowski family are cousins. I don't think my dad's spelling of Vern Gagne did well there, but close enough.
Right. It's close enough. All right. So let's talk about this. How we doing? And I had a little bit of a bounce back week. Little bit.
Yeah, about 500. I think you were 6-7 last week.
7-6.
Okay, 7-6. I have
2-2 with my locks, is what you said, but I thought it was 3-1.
I believe you definitely went 2-2.
I agree to disagree.
I have nowhere to go with mine when I'm 4-9.
4-9, 1-3 on your locks. Not your best week, but this is the week, guys. This is it, right? This is where we're live under the orange roof. This is where good things happen. This is where dreams go to become dreamier, and we're here and we're ready. Hooters make you happy, and home of the Christmas party, December 10th. Details at GodzillaMedia.com.
GodzillaMedia.com. Not right now because I didn't get to put above
okay,
yet. But
that's close enough. By the time you hear this on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you've liked, subscribed, commented, and brought an unwrapped Christmas present December 10th to get into a drawing for a $150 gift card from Degersenny/Heineken as well as Hooters. That will be all there for you. All right, 1 o'clock games. The Baltimore Ravens laying 6 points at the Chicago Bears. 44.5 is the total. Guys, this is what I consider a Levack yo-yo game because I first looked at it and I went, well, the Ravens are just better than the Bears. And then I looked at it again and I went, but the Ravens don't generally cover by more than 3 points, if by 3 at all. Back and forth. Ultimately, as much as it pains me to say this, because John Danielle over at the Hideaway is going to love this, I'm going to take the Bears plus the 6 here. And it's not for a lot. If I was going to do this, it's like a half unit is what I'd be doing.
I have to ask you a follow-up here. Did you say the game is at Chicago?
At Chicago.
Okay, so that's a little scary.
You know that place where they got that big bedpan they call a bean in the middle of the city? Yeah. It just looks like an upside-down bedpan. Yeah, that place.
Chicago. I wonder that because weather can play a factor here as we get deeper and deeper into the close-to-being winter with Lamar Jackson. His accuracy throwing the football is better, but He has consistencies when those winter months come. He's not as good statistically as a quarterback, but they're coming off a loss against Miami. And Harbaugh's had an extended week to prepare, and he's been so good in the preseason and week ones. Baltimore, because of coaching, gets this. And John, I want to go back through the archives. You might be the guy to do it. Tell me my record on picking the Bears this season. I may have picked against the Bears like every week except 2 weeks this entire season.
Have you seen like the stats this year? I don't have the exact number in front of me, but the bye week has actually been more detrimental than beneficial when it comes to covering the spread this season.
Whoa.
Not by a lot, but enough that you can't just look and go, oh, they're coming off a bye week and they're going to be better prepared. All right, moving on to the next game. The Lions are at the Browns. Browns are laying 12 points at a total of 43. Ghazi Bear, what you like?
Every week I'd say the same stupid thing about the Lions. I'm not going to pick the Lions until they win. I'm not going to pick the Lions until they win. And now they're covering, which is not helping me. Cleveland, the status of Baker Mayfield is a question. The status of basically everybody in the COVID list is a question. There are too many situations involving Cleveland right now for me to feel confident they could beat Detroit by 13 points. They also got smacked by New England as well. I'm taking Detroit to at least cover. Cleveland wins, Detroit covers, and I don't like picking the Lions when they stink so bad.
Another yo-yo game. I mean, we're starting off. I don't feel good about this, peeps. I'm sorry. I'm going to take the Browns. I'm going to lay the 12 because Tim Boyle. Because as much as I don't like little hand Jared Goff, he's banged up. He might play, might not. If he does play, how long is he out there? And then it's Tim Boyle versus the Browns. And no offense, Tim Boyle, I don't know who you are, so I'm not going to bet on you. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the Browns. I'm going to lay the 12 in that game.
I got to stop you real quick, Levack, because for whatever reason in my mind, no notes here, I have a Tim Boyle Skyner report for you if you want it.
I'll do it. Yeah, because was he Alliance of American Football?
He may have been. I know our pal Joe Lisi covers stuff for Sportsline and other websites out there. Go for 2 on Twitter. He gave the Tim Boyle stats. Tim Boyle at his career at UConn was a 48% passer for completion. Ooh. 48% in college? Ooh. How the hell do you still have a starting job? Okay. But because of that, he still makes the NFL. Levack, he's been in the NFL since 2015.
18 I got.
You got 18?
Yeah.
I think it goes further back to 2015, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he hasn't played a game since 2015 is how far back he went with Tim Boyle. Unless there's 2 Tim Boyles out there.
This might be a different Tim Boyle.
Right, unless Lisi's got his stats wrong.
But no, UConn and then transfers to Eastern Kentucky. Then joins the Green Bay Packers from 2018 to 2020. Now with the Detroit Lions. His pro stats so far this year, he has an 8.2 passer rating, minus 16 yards rushing, and 15 yards passing.
All right, so there's a stat. Hasn't started a game since 2015. There it is.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know if that makes it any better or worse.
That's got to say, not good.
Not good.
All right, Texans at Titans. Titans are laying 10, the total of 44.5. I mean, let's just put it out there. Titans are garbage. They're garbage. Okay, they're garbage. I'm sorry, the Titans are garbage. That's all there is to it. And if you happen to run Johnstone Supply in Troy and that upsets you, too bad. 10 points. I'm gonna this again. If Hot Rod Taylor is 100% playing for the Texans, I'm taking those 10 points because I think he can keep it close. If he's not, I take the Titans and lay the 10. I'm gonna go with the points on the road. The road dogs have been covering a lot this year. Give me the Texans plus 10.
I'm such a flip-flopper on Tennessee, and I'll add to Johnstone Supply in Troy real quick. All right, Tom, this is what it's become, Tom.
Yeah.
You become associated with the Titans.
Yeah.
Every time we bring them up, Johnstone Supply in Troy, the final 2 months of 2021, just like our friends in Mohawk Con, a lot of changes might be on the way. The Goodman Furnaces.
That's a safe bet right there, huh?
Hey, Goodman Furnaces are now in stock, so if you're having friends or family over for the holidays.
John Goodman Furnaces?
Can you imagine like his face just is on the furnace?
He's reliable. He's still on the Roseanne show, and she's not. Okay, it's the Connors now.
Personally request when you go to Johnstone Supply in Troy on 6th Avenue, I want John Goodman's face on my furnace.
But not the John Goodman from 10 Cloverfield Lane. I want the one from Roseanne and Connors.
518-272-5922. You call that number right now and say, I want a John Goodman furnace. I demand it, and I want it painted on by Tom.
I want it delivered by Tom, and I want him to stroke his mustache the entire time. Yeah, the John Goodman furnace.
Make sure your house is ready to go for the holiday season. Air filters are updated. Furnaces are ready to go. Air purify. Those things are so important for the holiday season.
Especially with everybody sick nowadays.
Yeah.
And energy costs are so much higher. Oh my! Did you get the warning letter from Nat Grid yet?
No.
I got a warning letter. Hey, you're going to be paying more this year. Everything's going up, and it's like, Johnstone Supply, help me do some efficient things in here with a John Goodman furnace,
Please. All I want is John Goodman in my life.
That's all I
do that
need
for you.
John Goodman. I think he'd be cool to hang with. I do. I think John
too.
Goodman would be up
Skinny
on
now.
Yeah, that makes him weird though. Fat guys who get skinny get weird. You'll see one day with me.
The Titans, I wound back and forth. I defended them, and then last week I said on our last weekend show that they stink because they didn't cover it. I got very personal about it because I had them as one of my locks.
Yeah.
Divisional game, underdog. I like Houston as well because divisional game, underdog. Houston keeps it within 7, but still lose.
You ready? You ready for some lockage from me?
Ooh.
You get to pick this game first, but I will tell you my lock is coming from it. Packers -1 at Minnesota, taking on the Vikings. Total of 47.5. Gazzy Bear, who you like?
I've been consistently doing well with betting Green Bay Packer games. I bet against them when that Chief game was there. Excuse me, I bet with them. They covered by the hook in that game. Last week they did well for me. My only lock I hit was that Seattle game. This is a bad way to invest in sports when a team is hot. You just keep betting them. But I'm going to do it. Green Bay, you've been helping me win games. I'm going to roll with the Packers, and it goes against everything I just said. Betting divisional underdogs in games like this. I feel like it should be Minnesota. I'm falling for a trap, but I'm going to go with Green Bay.
Wow. Thanks for falling for my trap.
No!
Because I'm locking down the Vikings. I'm taking the 1 point. Hopefully it goes up a little bit between now and game time. Love to get 2. Would shoot the moon, get 2.5. But the Vikings will win this game outright. Give me the Vikings as my first lock of the week. Vikings +1 as they beat the Packers and do just enough this year to keep Zimmer employed and really screw over the Vikings fans and keep Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. Just screw everybody over by winning. It's the weirdest and most amazing thing all at once. Next game is Saints at Eagles in the Philadelphia. Eagles are -2.5, total of 42.5. I feel like the Eagles are starting to figure it out. I mean, I don't think they're going to be world beaters, but I think they're good enough to beat teams that don't have it all together. Saints do not have a quarterback. They've got 2 so-so quarterbacks. One of them, Goz thinks his name is Seaman. That just shows you how good that guy is. He can swim, I hear, but I don't know if he can play quarterback. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles. I'm going to lay the 2.5 points.
This line is the most active line of the week. I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure I got the Eagles as an underdog super early in the week, but the line has changed because
up right now.
Check that out because I could have sworn, unless I read my bet wrong, that the Eagles had a lot of things going on. But remember, what's changed is the Saints' issues with their running backs. Alvin Kamara is out for this game. So you have Kamara out. You've got situations on the offense of where's production going to come from. I still like Philadelphia. I'm pretty sure they were an underdog, and now they're the favorite in the game. I like Philadelphia. You know how much I like them, Levack? Lock.
Ooh.
No matter. I'm going in like a poker player blind on Philly. There you go, Trav. You're an Eagle fan. I'm going with your Eagles this week. Eagles.
I've got it opening as a pick and being bet up to 3.5 at one point. Now it's 2.5.
Okay.
So they've definitely there's some cash on the Eagles at this moment. The football team, Washington football team, travels to Carolina in the battle of the I don't know if I care about my old quarterback, and I'm not sure if I care about my old coach. Football team at Panthers. Guys, if you like the Panthers, you're laying 3.5 at home. The total is 43.
You're going to see on our YouTube side, I just grimace. I'm like, I hope Levax is 3. I hope Levax is 3. 3.5. God, I hate betting Washington every time. You guys are killing me this season, especially my Buccaneers last week. But I'm going to buy into this storyline. I like the Cam Newton thing against Ron Rivera. I feel like I should give Rivera the edge, knowing the quarterback and everything. And if he wanted Cam so bad, why didn't he sign him? Maybe he sees the weaknesses in Cam that we don't quite yet. But I like this Carolina offense.
Fashion sense?
Yeah, his hat. He finally had the big hat this week. He had like the card in it too, like an evil doer.
He looked like the Mad Hatter from the T game. Oh man, he's a problem.
Give me the Panthers because the offense seems like a completely different team now with Cam Newton. In Washington, your inconsistency is driving me crazy. Even though you smashed Tampa last week, and Chase Young's out.
Lockety lock. Plus 3.5 Washington football team.
Oh no!
Plus 3.5 Washington football team. I think the football team will play well enough. Think about this. Who's been nice enough to sponsor Levack and Goz Christmas party?
Hooters
and Green Bottles.
Heineken.
Taylor Heineken, quarterback of the football team. Close enough, not exactly factual, but good enough for me to lock in my lock. I'm taking the football team plus 3.5 in honor of Taylor Heineken and what we're going to be doing here on December 10th. Gift wrapping presents, bring them over, take care of that for you. Donate a brand new toy, guys, unwrapped. You go into a drawing to win $150 worth of gift cards from Deke Crescenti and Taylor Heineken. Just Heineken, that part.
Can you
Taylor.
come? Can you just like show up and hang out with us?
I don't.
Day?
If Taylor Heineke walked into this bar, do you think anybody would recognize him? I'm telling you,
No.
put four. I at some point in time, I know I've seen as many as like 5 to 6 Washington football fans in this place. Taylor Heineke walks into this bar while they're playing, and they wouldn't recognize him. They would not recognize. Yes, he could have. We would get recognized before he would. So yes, he could 100% come, and nobody would notice. Like it'd be like that GIF or meme from Jurassic Park. See, no one cares. No, Taylor Heineke's here, guys. See, no one cares. That's what it would be. So yes, he can come. All right. Did you went against me on that one? That's all right. Fine. It's okay. Will you go against me when the Bengals -1 at the Raiders with a total of 50.5?
Your Raiders looked so bad on Sunday night.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. So far, we're not disagreeing.
And I can't get over that Collinsworth comment about maybe it's just adding up. Maybe everything off the field and on the field.
Captain Obvious.
Yeah. You know how earlier in this show we did where Dan talked about it's good to talk about your feelings and emotions and things like that. I feel like the Raiders need to sit down with somebody and be like, I've gone through a lot this season. It's starting to weigh on me. Because of that, I go with Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's due, it feels like, after how well they played earlier in the fall. Cincinnati is my pick because your Raiders need to have some quiet moments alone and then also some moments with people to talk about their issues.
Another week of Deshaun Jackson finding out where the end zones are. I think this is a Raiders bounce back game. Okay. Bengals, they lost 2, took a bye week coming into this game. I think that the Raiders like the coaching staff they have. And I think a lot of the Raiders players are good enough to be here. Got to find a legitimate one wide receiver if Darren Waller's not healthy. Even if he is, you really need a legitimate one wide receiver. Offensive line needs to stop false starting. I think they win this game. I think it's a bit of a bounce back game. I think the Raiders are in a situation where kind of similar to what I was talking about with Minnesota, where they're going to play well enough that you're going to recommit to a bunch of guys that may or may not be the right answer. But give me the Raiders. I'll take them. And I actually don't feel terrible about it. Not a straight homer pick. There is some homerish tendencies in there, but I'll take the Raiders on that one. Cowboys at Chiefs. This is the game of the week. Chiefs laying 2.5 points. Total is 56.5. I feel like you put this thing at 80.5 and people would still bet the over. Lock in the Dallas Cowboys. +2.5. Mike McCarthy's fake headset is working perfectly. They put on a little tight headset. He thinks he's coaching the game. He's not really coaching the game at all. Dan Quinn is out there calling whatever defense he wants. Kellen Moore's calling whatever offense he wants. Dak Prescott's getting things. Dakota Rain is going to Dakota Rain touchdowns down on the Chiefs. Mahomes, you can't say the Chiefs are back because they beat Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers and a Raiders team that was damaged. Like the Raiders had more issues than a stripper who dropped out of high school. Like that's how bad they are. So give me the boys. You want to chime in on that? I don't want she listen, when she took the stripping job she was legal. She was 18 at least when it happened. She was 18 when it happened. Right, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm giving you. That's all I'm getting. Old enough to be hired by you, even if you wanted, but you would notice her issues and you would ask her to go seek counseling and then bring her back under the orange roof because that's the kind of great person and boss that Boston Dan is here at Hooters on Wolf Road.
Thank you, Dan, for doing that. That's right. Appreciate it. I feel like this is the second time I'm getting baited. I feel like I would have learned something after betting the NFL after 10 weeks too. Here's what they want. Right. Here's what they want you to do. You said some people are going to always bet the over because they see it. That's me. Lock it in. 56.5. Yeah. Give me the over in Chiefs Cowboys. And I lean towards the Chiefs, and I'm taking the Chiefs in this game because if it is going to be a high scoring game, like I believe it is, I have to pick between Dak Prescott and Patrick Mahomes, 2 of my favorite quarterbacks to watch in football at any level. But I'll give Mahomes the benefit over Prescott barely in a shootout. So because it's a high scoring game, I'll give Mahomes credit. I also have him on 3 fantasy teams. So please, let's continue to play well.
Mahomes will have more interceptions than touchdowns.
Whoa! Take that at Rivers. I wonder if that's
is that a thing? I mean, you could just bet over on his interceptions and under on his touchdowns.
Vinny the Fish.
Yeah. Vinny the Fish will take any wager. It's absurd. Not that I would ever talk to that sort of human now that I'm a president of a football team. Cardinals -2 at Seahawks, total of 48 guys.
I've bet against the Seahawks a lot this season. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. But Arizona, in similar fashion to the Saints, They got pounded by Carolina last week.
Pounded.
And they are a team
Beaten.
that's just dealing with injuries and inconsistencies. And has the train finally run out on Arizona? I'm going Seattle. Ooh, I don't want to lock this. This is the second. Seattle's the pick. But this is one of these games, classic. It happens all the time where on Monday you feel a way about a game, and then a few hours before kickoff you feel. That's what the Seattle game feels like. I might make this a lock by Sunday, and I can't do that because we're taping now, but I love Seattle now, thinking about it out loud.
You can always tweet it out.
All
If
right.
you tweet it out in time, I'll let it go.
Cool.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks +2 as well here. I think Kyler Murray will play. I don't think Seahawks will be as bad as they were last week, obviously, but Kyler Murray is one good shot away from being out of the game. I mean, I guess everybody is, but once that happens, this is an inept football team. I'll take the Seahawks plus the 2 points. Sunday Night Football. I don't want to dance around this one at all, guys. The Steelers get fed to the Chargers. Chargers -5, 47.5. I'm not going to make it a lock just because the Chargers have issues and the Steelers could take advantage of them. I just don't think they will. Give me the Chargers. I'll lay the 5.
I'm going Pittsburgh in this one.
Ooh.
I'm looking at the Steelers now and wondering, Pittsburgh every single season, right around November, when you start separating the pretenders to the contenders, and around this Thanksgiving week coming up next week, Pittsburgh usually makes its move like a horse at Saratoga down the stretch. Isn't this more about the franchises and the players now, where the Chargers choke it away at the end of the season and Pittsburgh steps up? A franchise coaching victory. Mike Tomlin gets this done. It's Pittsburgh for the cover. I like the Steelers in that primetime game.
All right, on to the New York teams. Colts at Bills. Bills laying 7 with a total of 50 Goz.
I definitely got this at 7.5, and that's okay because I feel way better about 7.5 at 7. It is another lock for me here, and this one breaks my heart because you know how much I'm rooting for the Bills this season. I got a future wager on the Bills getting to the Super Bowl in Los Angeles this season. However, after they smashed the Jets, this is far more about the Colts. I like the Colts to cover in this game, to keep it close. I now also have a ticket out there, split this with my dad, and maybe this is still available at Rivers. I'm seeing the Colts at 15-1 to win the AFC South. 15-1.
Ooh.
The Titans are injured. The Titans are the best team arguably in the NFL right now, but you're telling me Indianapolis can't catch up, and it's not worth it in a 4-team division to bet a 15-1 ticket?
Did you guys each do $5?
10.
All right. I'm not unit shaming. I'm just curious.
I think it was 10 we did. I love the Colts, and I think Jonathan Taylor is going to win the rushing title. Buffalo's going to have issues. I love the Bills, but this is a better matchup for the Colts. I love it. Lock it in.
I think the Bills get up for this game. I really do. I'll take the Bills. I'll lay the 7. Not a lock, but I feel good about it. I think the Bills are that. I think the Bills are the best team in the AFC, and I think that they're also that team that for whatever reason started to believe their press clippings a little bit and hasn't been playing up to their full potential. But when you talk about everything you talked about, Jonathan Taylor is going to be the leading rusher in the NFL, blah, 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 all these things. Frank Reich coming into town. You want to beat up your ex, even though you love him. I think this is one of those ones. Bills get up and get it done. Miami Dolphins -3.5 at Jets. 44.5 is the total. I hate this game. Flacco brings consistency. Give me the Jets. It's a 3-point game. 3.5. I'll take the Jets.
Totally with you. Same stat report I have on it. Flacco just more consistent. Tua, how many weeks are we going to row? We're just going to shrug our shoulders and be like, what's going on, man? Are you all right? Dolphins, why are you guys so bad? What is going on in Miami? Some issues with what they want to trade. Maybe that whole – I wonder if we're going to look back at the Dolphins and say, even the rumors of Deshaun Watson hurt the career projections of Tua. Jets are the play here. I'm with you.
All right, Monday Night Football. This is my final lock.
Hang on. Do we want to hold this one off for our Monday Night Football show? Because we have a Monday night show this week. Do we want to hold it?
Lock, though.
Do you
want
to just tease the lock for Monday? If you want to give it, you can give it.
Hold on. Let me do this.
Okay.
Let me tell my good friend Cindy Martin.
Okay.
While I figure this out in the back of my brain. Cindy Martin, she is a realtor to the stars and the common man. That's what I've decided to call her now because I love, obviously we've been friends with her for years now. But I started talking to her more on a professional level after I joined Tech East Fire and Water Restoration because she's a realtor and I like to kind of understand our business. And I think the best way to do that is to talk to people that work around what you do. So she reaches out to me last night. She's got a client who's going for a quick close on a house, basement's flooded. What does she do? She starts calling everybody she knows to help this woman out. Calls me, hey, can you guys help? So we get on the phone with my GM from Tech East, but that's who she is. All right, I've already called X, Y, and Z. you know what? I know Levack's got a connection. Let me get that done. She's surrounded by an amazing team of attorneys and mortgage professionals and inspectors. She's part of the Jen Karam team over at Howard Hanna. So Cindy Martin is connected, and the reason she has those connections, she's a great person. You know, everybody loves her, big sports fan in the area, but she works hard on everything. Like, she's constantly just letting me know the value of my house just in case, because I let her know once I was thinking about getting rid of it. So she's just there. And it's not in an annoying way like some of them are. It's just like hey, just let you know it's up today. Or she's told me like, hey, it's down a little bit or it's up, you know. But right now, there's not a lot of inventory out there. So if you were looking to sell your house, get a hold of Cindy Martin right now. She works locally and globally. That's the she's part of the Leading RE, which is this amazing collaboration of realtors. She'll work with realtors from other markets. So you get a job in Seattle, she'll reach out, she'll get you in connection with the right realtor, help sell your house here, buy your house there. Vice versa. You're coming in from out of market, you know somebody who is, she'll work with the realtor there while you're selling your house to buy your new one. Just adds that in because she's here to help. She wants to make sure that her people are taken care of. And when she says my people, she says it in the right way where it's you're hers now. Like, she cares for you and she wants to make sure you get what you need. Big sports fan, Cindy Martin. You got it. If you're thinking about selling your house, thinking about buying a house, Cindy Martin. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com. 518-932-5558. I want to get my lock now.
Okay.
I'll give it again. I mean, I don't care. I want to give it now. All right, you know what? My lock is in this game. How's that?
Ooh, a little tease for Monday. All right. I like it.
If you can't figure out what my lock is after years of mocking Tom Brady for not being able to play late and everything else, I mean, it's probably your fault as much as anything. But it's like it's minus 11 right now. I don't think it's going to get any higher. That's the only reason. Like, if I thought it was going to get up to like 12, that's what I'll do. It's going to be the Giants. I did bet them this morning at minus 11. If it goes up to 12, I might bet him again. Right. Is that all right? I mean, I'm sorry. Enough. I don't want to I don't like I'll relock it. I'll break it down more, but you know, Grandpa Brady, I'm not worried about him on Monday night.
You and I will be broadcasting live. We'll say it. The Hideaway 6:30 to 8 o'clock, then there till halftime of that game, giving away prizes and more. Giants and Buccaneers, a Monday edition. No Techies Tuesday this week.
I love when your dad listens.
Techies Tuesday is going to move the Monday at the Hideaway, so Monday, Saturday is scheduled for next week. I will hold my pick until Monday because my favorite team, the Buccaneers, is playing that Monday. So I will hold my pick until then.
I was thinking of your dad yesterday. So for anybody who is still catching up, CrossFit Kringle, aka TG2, in a million different shows, series, everything else. Just anytime you see a tall guy who looks like a cop or a coach or whatever, it's probably Goz's dad. They were messing with the parking lot over at the TU yesterday. And I'm like, so I grabbed my guy, Jeff, who runs the parking lot. I go, Jeff, what's going on? He goes, I don't know, they're shooting some TV show out front and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there's a TV show shooting at the time. Shooting. I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, what's the name of the show? No one will tell me. I still don't know what the show was. I do know it's either on HBO Max or Showtime. No one knows which. And they don't know exactly when it's coming out. But I think it's about like 3 women who are like business professionals or something like that. But I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, I almost called your dad. I was like, if anybody's going to know about this, it's probably TG2 because TG2 was probably in it, but I didn't see him around. So
he was not in that. He's not in that recent film. He's had some setbacks recently in his career. Somebody looked at a photo and says, we don't need your type. Yeah,
your type?
Yeah,
wow.
He didn't like it.
Strong leading men?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I teased this to you via text this week.
Dude, hold on.
Go ahead.
From back in New York Groove on Godzilla, Lindsay, Jeff picking the Giants made my weekend. Thank you. I'm not always right, Linz. Okay, I'm not always right. Just most of the time. Only when I tell you what to do, I'm right. But yeah, so back in the New York Groove. Maybe I'll get a little shout out in that one.
Do it. Download the podcast, subscribe, rate.
She was supposed to come. She's supposed to come and help break down the game. I guess she's
Christmas
busy.
Party. There you go. Open invitation. Join us for that episode.
I don't know about that.
Okay. I got 2 stories real quick on college football. One, I did not add this in. I'm adding in a late addition of my locks for the college football picks. Navy against East Carolina. Stanford Steve from ESPN had an unbelievable stat about this. 17-0 when fans are in the stands for Navy Senior Day. They're a dog against East Carolina. I love that stat. Now, of course, again, fans in the stands, not counting the COVID season. Navy against East Carolina. Love that play. Okay. I teased you. Yeah, go ahead. I teased you a story about the Heisman situation.
Not that I could do that here, but I call my friend who's over at Rivers.
I don't want to post this on social media, but you listening on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube are going to hear the story that I probably should not share. So You've been asking me about the Heisman Trophy vote.
Yeah. Who are you voting for?
So I'm going through the process of whether or not I actually get a vote this season because my email changed, let's just say. So
why would your email change?
I reached out to my contact for the National Heisman in October. No response. I reached out to my contact in November. No response. So now I know the ballots go out the 29th, and I know within this week, I got to get a yes or a no. Like, I got to know what the hell's going on. So I didn't know what to do, Levack. So I got really creative. Okay. So I'm like, I don't know who my New York rep is. My New York rep in 2019 left. His name was a guy named Jason Murray. So I'm like, all right, how the hell do I figure out who my New York rep is? So I'm like, all right, who recently voted for the Heisman that has that rep? Shout out to Michael Kelly here, a local writer. We like Michael Kelly so much, we do not associate him with the other garbage writers in this town. You hear me?
That's fair. I used to disagree with guys on that. It's fair.
Most people here,
not the Kelly part, the rest of the garbage.
That's right. Besides James Allen and Michael Kelly, most of those writers aren't worthy to smell one of their farts. You hear me? That's how good Michael Kelly is here in the
Still boring farts.
So I reached out to him. I'm like, hey, I know you voted for the Heisman last year. Who's your contact there? So he gave me a name. So I'm like, all right, I'm in good shape here.
What's the name he gave you? Dickhead? Did he call you Dickhead?
For the sake of protecting the innocent, I will not say his name.
Okay.
So I left him an email. So
I'll give you a name right now. Fart face.
I get this long email from the head of the Heisman Trophy Fund and CC'd on it's my New York contact. It basically says, hey, we were checking for your stuff and we couldn't find Eddie. AKA they went to the old employer, didn't see me up there. And they said, hey, if you can prove that it actually is true that you covered stuff and you work for a media company, you get your vote. Perfect. Sent them Godzilla Media, sent us all the stuff.
And they were like, no, a real media company.
Well, that's very possible. They could look at the Godzilla Media and say it's not, or they could recognize it and say it is. Non-traditional media, we're going to find out. So in the process, I wrote up this beautiful email, probably my most proud email I've ever written my entire life. No response. So then I start researching who the New York rep is. Because you know me, I need to stalk this person just in case.
Right, because you got to get your vote in for the Syracuse running back as the Heisman, right?
I found out where he lived.
Did you go?
Okay. Well, it'd be a very easy trip for me to go to where he lives because he lives across the street from my parents. My New York rep is my parents' neighbor.
All these years he's like hiding. He's like, there's that crazy guy who's always asked me to vote for the Heisman.
He moved in a few years ago. And all of a sudden I'm like, hey, mom and dad, can you go tell this guy to go check and whether or not I'm voted for the Heisman? He's like, yeah, I'll text him right now. He sent him back a very vague text. So there you go. Whether I'm getting my Heisman Trophy vote or not, I don't know. But guess what? I do know where this guy lives now, just in case I don't get it.
So I just want to make sure I want to streamline this and make sure I understand what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to prove to the Heisman committee
that's right
that you're still a professional member of the media by telling your parents on them and having them go have a stern talking to them.
No.
Yeah, no, you sound it sound baller to me. That sounds like exactly how, Kirk Herbstreit would handle this.
I got this vote wrapped up, don't I? Someone's gonna be like, why did Goz lose his Heisman vote? Well, I heard on the Levack and Goz podcast, he found out where his New York rep lived, then told his parents, you better give him the vote or else. And then he sent him a vague text.
By the way, hey rep, he's going home for Thanksgiving. It's about to get awkward.
Also, by the way, if you need your lawn mowed, I can stop over if I got to get back on the list.
Actually, have him do that because I've seen video of Goz mowing lawn and it's phenomenal. It's Zapruder film good. Actually, by the way, could you talk to your wife for me? Is she listening? Jordan, are you listening? Because Jordan, if you're listening, if you could start sending more videos of Goz being awkward, I just haven't seen enough of it lately, and it really warms my heart.
You'll see her tonight.
Right, I'll talk to her tonight. Yeah, she could have some with her. So Rex is going to be there.
You'll be there. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Now, obviously, we're at Hooters. Hooters is where we're doing our Christmas party. Very excited. Very, very happy. December 10th and December 10th and 17th. You can bring unwrapped presents here, and they'll wrap them for you. Thanks to Heineken. But tonight, a little pit stop over to see our friends over at O'Toole's in Colony, Bacon Bash. I'm now more excited to see your child's expressions than I am to see bacon. Does Rex eat bacon yet?
Yes.
Does Rex like bacon?
He likes it a lot.
Will Rex finally smile, or will Rex just be like, feed me more, insolent, puny adults?
I'm not quite sure what he's going to do tonight. I think we're going to let him run wild, though. I think I'm just going to put him down because he can run, obviously, now.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to let him run around and see what he does.
Dude, he came here with you the one time when the missus dropped you off so you could have a little extra fun. And like 3 beautiful Hooters girls come over. Hey, he's like, get away. How dare you just get near me? I don't know you. Mother, pepper spray. Like he's such an angry. What's that? Yeah, actually,
It does sound like somebody.
truth of the matter is, we just found out Jordan was, she strayed,
No.
and Rex is actually Yale McYellerton the 18th.
No.
He's not even your child. He's actually Yale's child.
It makes
Someone from Boston is calling me. It's got to be for you.
It makes sense why he's attracted to these weird non-British accents that sort of sound like them.
He keeps tying a little ascot around his neck when he walks around. Oh my God, peasants. There's no Perrier.
That's a pretty good impression of Yale.
No, it's completely different. Doesn't even sound similar at all. Oh my God. Yeah. I think Rex is Yale McYellerton all this time.
No.
Your nemesis has been your own child this entire time.
I'm getting a test done.
I
gotta find out.
God shows up tonight. Wife and kid aren't there. What happened? I don't know. She's all mad because I made her get a DNA test.
There's the ascot lane. There's the proof. They're all gone.
He's literally got blue blood.
That's right. He left the yacht club card here.
Rex is walking around. Duck. Duck. No, pate. All right. It's about that time. We get ready for some college football tonight. I'll be over at Bacon Bash, at O'Toole's with Goz, his beautiful wife, and Yale's kid. And then we'll be back. Monday we're at the Hideaway. Instead of we're doing Techies Tuesday there. And then the only one I know after that for sure is the 10th. We're going to be here, December 10th.
Yes,
Hooters.
Monday we'll be at the Hideaway. Some things to look forward to. College football recap, Buccaneers Giants preview. We got to still touch on the move for the Yankees. Clint Frazier, DFA. I want to get your thoughts on Tiger King 2. We got a lot of stuff coming up on Monday's show.
Is it just me or does Yale McYellerton sound like that Tom guy from Succession? I think it might be the same dude. I think Yale McYellerton's on Succession.
I love Cousin Greg and Tom. I love those two.
Did you see Cousin Greg's cameo on Saturday Night Live? No, I'm the guy from Lindsey Buckingham. All right, everybody. Have a great one. Good luck to all your teams. Unless you're betting against me, then you can screw yourself. Again, don't forget the big Christmas show is on its way. Lindsey, go Hokies. Didn't the Hokies already just fire their coach? I don't feel like it's going to be a good one.
I say hire Lindsey.
Have a great day, gents. Well, she's going there. She'll be back. She's headed back to Vatek. Look out, boys and girls. There's going to be a crazy, 6 foot tall blonde running around getting crazy. Hide your shots. All right. Time for us to – she's very excited. Heck yeah, they fired him. I got to get out of here. Right, December 10th, Christmas show. We're going to have all this stuff. Details will be at Godzilla Media. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Thanks to Techies Fire and Water Restoration. Thanks to Cindy Martin, Howard Hanna Realtor. Thanks to the Integrative Sleep Center with Dr. Fred Dreer. Thanks to
Mohawk Honda, Johnstone Supply and Troy, Northeastern Insurance, and Hooters.
Of course, Hooters. Thanks to Hooters. And thanks to Boston Dan for helping out today. Maybe UMass will finally cover a spread, and then he'll win some money. And then he'll pick up our tab. Could happen. Stranger shit has. It could. All right, guys. Have a great one. Good luck to all your now Lindsey's trying to get hired as the head coach. Oh, that good. Thanks for starting that. So when Virginia Tech doesn't let us on campus, no, it's because you sicked Lindsey on them. Just know that you did that. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.